Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Wednesday morning, May 27th. We are looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader, but it seems, I'm not sure if it's my issue, bar charts issue, or Window Trader's issue, but as you can see, we're not showing yesterday's market profile at all. So I'm going to probably go right to the charts, but I'll keep it on here for 1 minute because a couple of things to talk about. First things first. This morning is a perfect example why I like to go home flat with a clear mind, right? Yesterday, we never saw the opening. We never saw the opening after the first 5 minutes of trading in 13 time frames, right? They pushed it lower. They tried to get the weekly gap. All signs would have pointed to, hey, maybe we'll fill at least the weekly gap today, see if the bulls are tied. And here we are, gapping higher again as of right now with an hour to go prior to the opening. We're trading just about $1 higher from yesterday's high and $4 higher than yesterday's settlement. So again, go home flat, go home, come in unbiased with a clear mind and trade what's in front of you. That's the key to this morning. To every day. Pre-market volume, again, not heavy at all, 1.4 million, but again, we need to be smarter than the algorithms. Plain and simple. That's the way you're going to win this ball game. Okay, I'm going to go to the charts and then I'll go over everything as we're speaking. So, chart-wise. Okay, well, first things first, let's go over destinations. So, remember, we had a price probe to the downside yesterday. It is being smacked in the face tremendously. Downside price probes have been just absolutely violated for these past 2 years. And once again, unless something changes drastically in the last hour, it is rejected. Then we had 9 wide at 300.84. That will now be a downside destination as long as we open above it. We had that afternoon rally high, 301.47. That is gone if we open above it. Yesterday's high of 302.19. I'll still use it. There's still an hour to go. We'll use it on both sides of the equation. Above that, we have 303.86, which right now is my pre-market high, and then 304.18, which is an afternoon rally high from March 5th, and then 308.47 daily high. So like I said, there's nothing. Really, there's a void on the upside, right? We talked about 302.50 yesterday, which I'll show you on the weekly chart in a moment. We get above that and get accepted above that, well, I'll tell you what, again, there's clear sailing for the bulls if they want it. For the downside, we will use yesterday's high of 302.19 as our first destination as long as we gap higher. Then below that, 301.71 right now is my pre-market low. And then I don't have anything until yesterday's low of 298.69 and filling the weekly gap at 297.87. That's an 82-point gap. And then 289.69, also yesterday's low, and then filling the daily gap at 295.63, 306 points. But don't forget, we also have 300.84, which would be 9 wide on the way down. That would be your next destination after the pre-market low. So what is the game plan for this morning? Well, we are now gapping higher above that 302.50 level, possibly. It's about $1 higher, the gap. Now, can you say gap rules apply today? You certainly can. If we're to open within $1 or a little less than $1, I would take that. That's a lot less heat. And then you could use your out as a couple of different areas for your out. You can use, if we get below 302.50 again, because that's an area that might just be getting stretched, or you can use the gap fill at 302.19. That's the decision you would have to make on what kind of heat you want to take. Do I want to take a put play right now? I do not. We get above, I'll go to the weekly and then we'll go back to everything. So here's the level, right? Again, we had a bad low yesterday. I fixed it and it's right back in again. Nothing's working these days between all these technology things. So here, right? When we finally got above 287, barely stayed above it, barely stayed above it, and then it took a couple of times to get above around the 302.50 level before we exploded to all-time highs. Well, here we are after this incredible drop for 3 months, right back in less than 2 months or whatever it was, back to this level again. If we get accepted, again, your next destination is that daily high and then this weekly high of 313.84. Now, what is acceptance? Is it going above it one day? No, right? We didn't get to it yesterday. Today we're trying to push above it. So if we get above it but close below it, again, one day doesn't make a market. I would like to see, for it to really be accepted, the weekly to close above, I'm going to say, well, 302, I think it was 302.60. Let me just see. I apologized. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was 302.46. So 302.46. You would certainly like to see the weekly close above that to get, say, you're getting accepted above that level. It is only Wednesday morning, right? So again, you can take a call play and use either 302.50 as your out or yesterday's high if we fill the gap as your out. Put play, not yet. I'd have to wait for a period to form. If we get accepted back below 302.50, if we start one time framing down to fill the gap, then I would look at a put play. Okay, so chart wise then quickly, monthly, inside month up, right? It took a while, but right now that inside month is proven to be pretty profitable, right? 295 we'll round it out to at 303, $8 higher than it. Pretty good. Look what happened here after the last inside month. Not saying we're going to see a repeat of that, but you have to respect what an inside month up or down brings. Okay, this one wasn't as clear, obviously. We came out of it to the downside, failed, balanced before we tried to go up. Weekly I just showed you, and in the daily, again, here's the important thing also. We're above the 200-day moving average now with this gap. Is this market getting too stretched? Possibly. Is this emotional trading? Yeah, I mean, although machines aren't emotional, so I call it mindless trading, not emotional. But we have huge gap here. We have a gap. We have two gaps from yesterday, weekly and daily. We have another gap today. Remains to be seen if they stay, if they hold. So I'd keep a short leash on any longs. I would use the gap fill, certainly as my out, maybe even below 302.50, or you wait for the initial balance to form. Again, in my room, you're going to be getting these updates up to the second from 9:15 to 4 p.m. Have a great day trading. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org, and we'll recap the day at 4 p.m.